it's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Yelta, and I'll be buying the first round while we chat about Final Fantasy XIV. This is episode 0, so pull up a chair and join us. Since this is our first episode, I thought we'd start off with some introductions and tell you, the listener, a little bit about who each of us are. I'm going to start with Ruby. Hi, Rubicon.
Why, hello. My name is Rubicon Vale. I'm on the Excalibur server. I'm in the free company, Nofika's Bosom. You two may have heard of it. And I love Final Fantasy XIV. I've been a long-time player, was Legacy, continue to play, continue to love this game. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Kariri, tell us about you.
Hello. I'm Kariri Sumasu. I'm a Lalafell from the Excalibur server, and I'm also a member of the Nofika's Bosom Free Company. I have been playing since the game originally launched. I did quit for a while because of the sucktasticness of the original game, but came back for the awesomeness of A Realm Reborn.
Very cool. And I'm Yelta. I may also be involved with Excalibur and Nofika's Bosom. I played since early 1.0, some early beta phase, and even though it sucked, I played it, and I'm eagerly awaited for 2.0, and now I'm eagerly awaiting 3.0, so I guess I'm a fan. Maybe just a little bit.
A little bit.
Alright, well, I think the biggest exciting thing going on right now is
a baby kitten.
It's a baby cat who's gonna get beaten. I guess the most exciting thing going on right now is 2.51, and that's the introduction of the Manderville Gold Saucer. And I'm sure neither of you have bothered to even go there yet or do the intro quest.
I'm not familiar with the gold saucer.
What is the saucer you speak of?
What is gold?
It's this place. It's like sucks your time and life away.
Mm-hmm.
Hands
you cards and says, quit doing anything else in game. Play cards instead.
Yeah, you need no other life but the cards, yes.
Only the cards. We almost didn't record tonight because the cards seductive call. So basically, you start in Olda, you take an airship, there's a storyline involved, and the first thing I noticed is the place is freaking gorgeous.
It is. The stained glass is absolutely fantastic. I took a lot of pictures of just the stained glass and the Moogles and you noticed, for instance, there is a chocobo racing area, which I know Ruby hasn't discovered yet because, the cards and all.
Yeah, I didn't move past the card table.
Yeah.
Soon.
But like even the ceiling fan in the chocobo room is a chocobo. It's just adorable and must be checked out, all the little detail work.
Well, and don't sprint through either, because so many of the NPCs. Here's a pro tip: turn off your titles, like your title bars on everybody. Go to character configuration and turn that stuff to minimum. I think all of a sudden you can see all these NPCs talking and having conversations, and some of it is hilarious. And I really got to give them kudos for just that flavor. But within the Manderville Gold Saucer, we have a card game. We have Triple Triad. I think all three of us have played it. Mm-hmm. Enjoyed it, loved it. It seems like once you get going, it seemed hard to me at first, but I didn't play it in 8. I have to admit that. So it took me a little while to figure it out. And then I accidentally challenged NPCs way too hard for me, and I got frustrated. But once I knew who to talk to and who to challenge, man, it's fun.
The learning curve is a little steep. They're the 5 guys in that. Well, the first person is pretty cheesy, but the 5 in that room are pretty tough. The first guy's and then the second guy kicks it up a notch, and then the last 3 guys, including the king, are pretty tough. So you do have to build your way up, but you can leave the gold saucer. It is possible you can leave the gold saucer.
Okay. Well, only to get more cards, though, right?
It's only to get more cards. There's NPCs all over the place that'll give you cards. So find the ones with the low MGP amount. We haven't talked about MGP, but find the lower ones and start with them and build your empire.
Speaking of MGP, that is the currency, because as we know, we cannot have a new patch without having a new currency. But this one's cool. It's just gold saucer stuff. You can buy, you win MGP. You can buy a little bit of MGP with Gil. I was actually really, really thrilled that the exchange rate was just, what is it? To buy 500 MGP was 5K.
Yes.
Gil?
Yep.
Yeah. So you have enough to get going, play a few games, and when you lose your shirt, you can come back and buy more up to 500.
I've heard it lovingly called the elegant tombstones of gambling.
Oh my god.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
That's good.
That's great.
That's good. And then when you amass enough of this stuff, yes, you can get a kitten, but it's a minion. There are things you can buy, ranging from I don't know. The prices at first seemed kind of high, but once I started beating enough things, I've actually been able to buy stuff. What do you guys feel about the rewards?
I think the rewards are just right. Everything in there is pretty much glamour or for doing more in the gold saucer. So, for instance, upgrading your racing chocobo or upgrading your card, getting new and better card decks. So everything in there is glamour or just for in that zone. So I don't really care about the prices. I do think there might have been a couple more lower priced items just so you get that, ooh, first day, awesome, I was able to get something small thing going. But other than that, I think they're completely reasonable.
I really think like one or two of the minions should have been just like just like 1,000 or something. So like
small cheesy amount, yeah.
Yeah,
just a couple
so like
of the things could have been cheap.
On
Yeah.
your first day, I could have gotten a new minion or something. But and I don't even mind like Fenrir. Fenrir's a mount, and he's what is he, 1,000,000?
I think.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even want that. I want the tortoise.
Oh, the tortoise is so
It's
cute.
it's 200,000. So but this is a casino. You can either slowly gather it up or you can win the jackpot, which is another one of the events we should probably talk about. But so other than the other big one, of course, is chocobo racing. Kariri, I think, has the most experience with chocobo racing.
I am a big fan of chocobo racing. I am not that far yet. I believe I'm rank 13. And basically that's everything is in the same zone in the gold saucer except chocobo racing. Chocobo racing has its own zone. Beware right now, if you go into that zone, you will have trouble getting out if it's a peak playtime. So it's a little crazy getting up there, but once you're up there, it's just so much fun. You can race your chocobo. You purchase food with your MGP. You can feed that to your bird to get better acceleration or more sneakiness, which means I think you get like better prizes or items to bother your other players with. You can get better acceleration, many things.
My only question about the chocobo racing is, as I breed and get a higher, a better chocobo, is the controlling going to get easier? Because right now it seems really, really clunky.
I don't believe the controls themselves are going to get any better because none of the items, none of the effects, none of it is related to ease of steering. There's stamina, there's acceleration, there's different abilities you get that allow you to do certain things, but none of them I think will make it easier to steer.
Yeah, because that's really my issue. Is my chocobo I ride around on the open world. It's much easier and to steer and much more.
Oh, they're very fluid and very.
Yeah. So
what's the word where it responsive?
Yeah, they're much more responsive.
Yeah, the unfortunately the racing chocobos are not nearly as responsive. I think part of that though is deliberate. They don't want you. You actually have to make a kind of a concentrated effort to get all the way from the right side of the lane to all the way to the left side of the lane. You have to be lined up perfectly to jump and get that treasure chest.
Damn that treasure chest.
Damn that jumping
I
treasure
haven't
chest.
gotten
Yeah.
it yet. On the, what one we were running? Costa del Sol?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I can't get that jumping treasure chest.
One things I will tell new racers is pick a race course, stick with that race course for a little while. All of the chests spawn in exactly the same place in that same track over and over and over again. If you can get used to where the chests are, that will give you a massive advantage over the other new players. So check out where the chests are. Pick one racetrack as your favorite and run that 10 or 20 times, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I found I was only ranking 7 or 8, which is last place and next to last place, until Kariri told me let's just stay on this track, and then I was doing much better. I think I got a 4th place even. The other thing I didn't know about was well, I had to mess around with menus. Is you have your plain yellow chocobo. You can, if you go into your gold saucer menu, you can put any of the bardings you have collected on that chocobo. So that was just something that I've seen not a lot of people use. I made mine, of course, all Gridanian, because Gridanian yo.
Oh, I did too. And as soon as Yelta pointed out to me that we could do that, of course, I had to go put on my full Gridania uniform as well.
So if you've done multiple Grand Companies, can you switch them? Do you know?
Oh, see, I've never switched Grand Companies, so that is an excellent question.
Might have to try it.
That's worth trying, definitely.
I have not raced yet.
Do you have barding for more than one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that might be worth a check, to see if you're able to do that or not. The other thing we haven't mentioned is that you can actually truly raise chocobos now. You can, after you have ranked up and retired a racing chocobo past rank 40, you can retire them and breed them, what they call covering, with other chocobos. You can purchase a thing from the chocobo vendors up there, and they will carry on traits and things that they've gotten from their parents. So you can actually breed better and better chocobos with more and more skills over time. So that's going to be exciting too.
Well, right now you can only do that with NPC chocobos, right?
Exactly. Well, you can one of the parents would be yours, and the other one would be one you have to purchase an item in order to do it with the other parent.
It's my understanding that eventually they're going to make it so, like, if I had a chocobo and Kariri had a chocobo, they could make a chocobo together. Because when a mommy chocobo and a daddy chocobo love each other very much.
Damn it.
Oh my god. All I can think of is that t-shirt now. So yeah, no, chocobo racing is fun. I found it more fun when I queued up with someone I knew, Kariri, than solo. I don't know if I'd want to do it solo a ton, but
I had the same experience though. I mean, I've always enjoyed chocobo racing more than you have in 11 and in other Final Fantasy franchise things as well. But in 11 especially, I loved chocobo racing, so this was right up my alley. But even so, it was twice as fun when you were there next to me. Yelta and I actually almost ran each other. We did run each other out of a race. There's these in the chest. There's items that can help you or hurt your enemies, basically. And one of them is a briar caltrop, which basically surrounds your chocobo with a ring of thorns, which steals the stamina from any chocobo that goes in the ring of thorns. It lasts 10 or 15 seconds. Yelta and I both dropped a caltrop at the same time and ran directly on each other for the whole time. It was terrible.
What's the item that makes the leading chocobo like fail? Was it
there's
gravity?
A couple different things.
I don't remember.
There's a graviball that'll give the head chocobo a heavy inflict. There's another one it's called Bacchus's water. It sends the head chocobo into a frenzied state. Now, frenzy will speed you up real quick, but it will suck dry your stamina very, very quickly. What's interesting about that is, and this might be a little too in-depth at this point, but what's interesting about that is when you hit rank 10, you get your first chocobo ability. And your first chocobo ability is something that lets you get rid of your frenzied state and regens 50 stamina. So it's an excellent benefit to get right as your first rank 10.
Anything that regens stamina is hot, because damn, yeah.
And, oh yeah, you burn it fast.
Well, yeah. And I've rage quit almost every chocobo racing anything in any Final Fantasy game, so I'm still not loving it, but I want to do it some more. So I think familiarity will help.
Well, the other nice thing about it is, even if you're 8th place, you are gaining MGP and XP for your chocobo at a pretty decent rate. I believe 8th place is still somewhere around 50 MGP when it costs 10 to get in.
Oh yeah. No, there's like, even if you suck awfully, you're still making progress, at least in the lower levels. I don't know what it's like later. I still don't even know how to color my chocobo, and I joined one race, and I swear to God, it was a fucking rainbow in there, and I was yellow. So
yes, yeah, we don't know how to color them yet, but we're gonna look into that and figure out what we should do there. So that'll be entertaining.
Well, for the sake of discussion, I want to ask, because I've only done cards, what's the best way to make MGP? It sounds like chocobo is a much better way than cards, because as I play cards, unless you beat very high level people consistently, you're not earning a lot of MGP, and you're not really even earning a lot in that way. Have you guys discovered some good ways to earn MGP?
There's a couple different things. Chocobo, there's an upside and a downside to the chocobo racing, because chocobo racing, you're never going to lose money. You're always going to gain MGP no matter what. But, however, after you hit a certain rank, it automatically bumps you up a class. So if you are not upgrading your chocobo, you're going to get annihilated as you rank up. So you actually almost have to spend the MGP you earn chocobo racing on chocobo racing. You can, if that's not what's important to you and you don't mind coming in 8th for 20 ranks or something, then absolutely you could spend that money on cards or, any of the other things in there that you want. But it does pretty well take up any MGP you earn if you want your chocobo to improve over time.
I've just been farming King whatever in Triple Triad. I bought so much shit like glamour gear in my alt or whatever.
The other thing I've been doing is gates. We haven't talked about gates yet.
I have that queued up to talk about next, so let's just go there. You've done more than me, Kariri.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of different gate activities, and I don't remember what they stand for.
It's Gold Saucer active time events. So it's like Fates, but not horrible.
Exactly. It's everything we like about Fates.
It's like Fates, but you don't have to wait 2 hours for
yeah. Pretty much. It's there's right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 different ones that run, and they're kind of random. If you talk to the gate information person, they will tell you actually which gate is coming up next. Okay. So if there's one that you like, you can do it. If there's one that you dislike, you can skip it, which is beautiful for me, and we'll get into that in a minute.
It also does announce to the entire Gold Saucer, hey, this one's about to start, and that gives you plenty of time to finish your Triple Triad and run over there. So that's cool too.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a couple different ones. Basically what it is you do this event, you try to do what it asks you to do, and if you do it, they reward you with MGP. But they range from essentially platform jumping and avoiding bombs to not getting blown off a platform to dancing to hiding from imps. I mean, there's just a few different ones, and they're a lot of fun. My favorite is the dancing one. Essentially, they stick a whole bunch of you up on a platform. They give you a macro row of buttons of different what are they called?
Emotes.
The
Emotes. Yeah, the different emotes. And essentially they do 4 in a row, and then you try and copy the 4 in a row. If you get them right, great. If you get them wrong, that's fine too. They do that 3 series of times. And yeah, if you get them all right, I believe the top you can get is 480 MGP. But that's not bad for 2 minutes worth of playing. So yeah, it's pretty effective way of getting MGP if you, and it's a nice little break from cards or chocobo racing as well. So it doesn't get so monotonous.
Well, the first one I did was Any Way the Wind Blows. So basically, you're on a stage and what's his name? Typhon shows up, and just basically you have a small period of time to like run around the stage, and then it's like red light, green light. You're frozen in place. He will do an AoE of some type. You either will or will not get blown off the stage, and it does it a few times. This one's very RNG. In fact, people complained about it, and the devs came back with, this one's supposed to be random, guys.
Uh-huh.
So, and right now there's, in the Gold Saucer, listen to shouts. It's kind of hilarious. There are people who are like, the point is to not be in any of the spotlights before he blows, or there's all these theories. But honestly, the dev said it's random. I think it's random.
I did it one time. I won. My strategy was run around. I there wasn't really much of a strategy. I said the first one was on the outside, so I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm on the inside. I kind of ran to the opposite side of where I was at, but kind of middle-ish. He did like the frontal cone AoE. I made sure I ran back to the opposite. I really didn't have a rhyme or reason. I think I did like a star pattern. There you go.
There might be a winning strategy. I just haven't seen it yet. But
I've done it once. The first time I did it was actually, I decided my strategy was going to be whoever to my left got blown off last, I was going to go dead center of wherever that AoE was.
Oh yeah.
And I won. So that was pretty fun.
The next one in the notes anyway is Cliffhanger. I have not done it because it's a jumping puzzle and I suck at jumping.
Yeah, I've done that one numerous times and I always win in the last 30 to 15 seconds because I suck that badly at platformer jumping. Yeah, I think I went in at 8 minutes both times. It took me that long to do it. Anyone else could probably do it in less time, but I'm terrible. But yeah, you just there's a chocobo chick stuck at the top of this this giant cactar platform, and you have to do these jumping and avoiding bombs in order to get up there and rescue him. So
it's cute. The Time of My Life, is that the emote one?
That's the emote one, yes.
Okay. And Face Off is the hiding from people one.
That's the one you have to. Is that the one that you have to pick the right person? Like you see the guy's face and then you have to.
No, that's Skin Change.
Face Off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Skin Change we can believe in.
Yeah, Face Off is you're avoiding bandits. I didn't actually win that one. I lost that one because I couldn't figure it out. And I lost because every time they spot you, the band of brigands, if one of them spots you, you have to start over and they make you pay 50 GP every time you try.
Oh.
So I lost that one repeatedly on my first day before I realized that there's no possible way I can make enough money to justify doing this. I think it'd be easy once I figure out how to do that one. But have you done that one at all, Ruby?
Nope. I've only done the Wind Blows and Skin Change.
Okay.
Well, I haven't done Skin Change, but I was watching Duty Commence, the actual devs. Was a video podcast, whatever. And it very much it reminds me so much, if you played Final Fantasy 11, there was an airship you could take and there was a quest. And the quest was like, this dude dropped this and here's what he looked like.
Yep.
Right?
I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that.
Even when I had Gil, I did it every single time. So I need to run up and do this next time. So basically, imps in Final Fantasy 14 are always taking they look like they can make themselves look like other things, but they get it slightly off. So basically, I think the point of this one is to run around, examine people, and figure out, is this the person or is it the imp? And one thing people don't really realize is you can right click and you can say examine, different parts of them and even the backside. So that makes it much easier. People were complaining that this one was too hard, but they did not realize you could right click on the original person and also the imps.
Very cool.
All right, what else did we do in the gold saucer?
I've been seeing a lot of people winning money or the MGP from the cactpot stuff.
Yes.
The daily cactpot,
my
and then
God.
there was the jumbo cactpot.
My husband is so spoiled. The first 3 nights he did the cactpot, he won the 10K. Right? He doesn't
Crazy.
even know what to do with all that money. I'm like, seriously? I hate you, honey. But yeah, so the mini cactpot is every day. It's a scratch off ticket. You can scratch off, it shows you 1 number. You can scratch off 3 more numbers, and then it's math after that. And whatever you scratch off these numbers, and then you pick which row you're going to bet on. And whatever the numbers are for that row is you add it together, and that's what you win. So, by the way, there are like 20 different cactpot solvers on the internet. It's kind of funny.
That didn't take long.
Oh no, it took like I don't know, 2 hours, and people were like, "Oh, there's math behind this." My brain can't comprehend, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, well, I think it's all the it's every time it's all the numbers. It's 1 through 9,
It's like a Sudoku thing.
Yeah, pretty much. So
yeah. It's halfway between a Sudoku and a scratch off ticket or something. I don't know. Well,
but I don't think you can win the highest amount every time.
No, you can't, because
No.
I have had tickets where you could not get, what is it, 6? 6
Yep.
is like 10K.
Yeah.
But if it shows
to get
you
6, you have to have 1, 2, 3 in a line.
Right.
So there are, well, even on the example, if you look at the patch notes, 2 and 3 are on different lines on their example one. So there's no possible way to win 10,000 MGP on that ticket.
And then there's the weekly one, which was drawn last night. I don't know who won, but you can win quite a bit, I think. How much can you win? I don't remember. Like $1 million?
It's I think it's over $1 million.
Yeah, and then you can.
I thought it was like 4 million or something. It was ridiculous.
Well, there's a price, and there's another price based on how many people actually entered or something, and
That's
there's
right.
like a mad chocobo ring. So there's several things going into it. If you buy a ticket for the mega cactpot, make sure you go in and actually check it out, because you get a reward based on how long it was from the drawing to you checking it. So I couldn't teleport. Okay, this is one thing about the Manderville saucer, which I actually agree with, but it's frustrating. If you try to teleport there, you can't if it's full, right?
Yep.
So, which is good, because we don't want to crash the server. But when it was the drawing, I couldn't get in for a while. When I did get in and I had a losing ticket, I got like 109 as a 109, GSP as a consolation prize. My husband got home from work and he logged in later and he got like 106. So it does not degrade that fast. But yeah, log in, see your ticket's a loser, and collect your prize and buy next week's ticket.
Yeah, I barely got there in time, and I think there is an issue with the time that they announced. There were a lot of tweets and people upset because it was posting the hour ahead of 1 hour ahead. So if you went to the stand, it said like 8 o'clock or it said 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock or what have you. Did you guys experience this?
What I heard but did not see, my husband reported to me, was the NPC was an hour off because it apparently doesn't it doesn't associate with daylight savings time or something. But if you actually go to your gold saucer menu and look at your ticket or something, it's the correct time. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, it might be off by an hour, but honestly, that's only, even if you're wrong, it's only going to cost you maybe a couple of GSP. So you have a week. If you win the jackpot, you have a week to collect or something. So it's not the end of the world.
Let's see, what else was there to do at the Gold Saucer?
Mini games. Okay. All the mini games I played the Moogle's Paw, which is a crane game. I played Monster Toss, which is a tossing basketballs into a net game. Cuffaker, which is basically hit the button when the bar hits the cat aggro.
Aggro.
Yeah. So Cuffaker and Crystal Tower Striker are both hit when the bar lights up on the segment or something.
Yeah.
All of them are super cheap to join, but they're also super cheap to repay even if you do the best. They are time wasters, just enjoy them. I have one piece of feedback, however, for the devs. I don't want to hit 3 yes please menus to redo the Moogle's Paw, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's my only response. Do I need a confirmation box when I'm spending 1 gold saucer point? No.
Exactly. Yeah. And what was the other one? Oh, to keep going. That was the other part of it. If you play one, it boots you out immediately. Now, this is such a quick mini game. They're so fast and they're so small, and that's okay because they're just time wasters and they're adorable. But it knocks you out immediately. If it should just say, do you want to go again? Yes, and then put you right back into the game. But it doesn't. It takes you out, and then you have to hit the 3 menus to get back in again.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
Well, not only do you have to hit the menus, you have to watch the... It's not a cutscene. You have to watch the animation, right?
Yes.
So you play the Moogle's Paw. So if you're Lalafell like Kariri and I, it basically shows you standing on a little step stool, which is adorable. Thank you.
It is. Yes.
I don't know who created that, but thank you. We are tiny little people. But so you say, yes, I want to do the Moogle's Paw. Yes, I want to spend 1 gel. You watch the animation. You spend what? 8 seconds picking, the whatever, and then you have to watch the you won or you lost animation, and then you have to get kicked out. It should just keep going.
That's the thing. The game itself takes less time than the setup and takedown. It's counterintuitive. It's just kind of silly.
Monster Toss is a certain amount of time, so that's less annoying.
Yes.
But honestly, you should just keep going it should ask you after each game, go again? Yes or no?
Especially when I got the highest you could get on the what is it, Cuffaker?
Yep.
And it's 5.
It's 5.
You pay 1 to play.
You get
and
5.
You get 5. And it takes seconds. I mean, the whole game takes 3 seconds if you want it to. It literally takes more time to hit the menus and to get back in than it does to play the game itself. So yeah, it's kind of silly and should be fixed, but I love the animations. I love the design of them. They're just cute little time wasters, and they're a nice in-between thing.
The games themselves are perfect for what they are. To make it perfect, all they need to do is not kick you out each time, to say go again, yes, and go again. That's it. They should be perfect.
Yep, that's it exactly.
Ruby, did you do any of those, or?
I don't do shit in the Gold Saucer.
You're like, Cards aren't related. No.
Yeah, I didn't get any cards out of that. So no, I watched the devs do some of these things, but I didn't. Of course, on that they're not going to show the flaws. They're not going to show that it took longer to stand on the box and pull the trigger than it did to get the claw thing. So I didn't do any of that stuff, but I it just came out. I'm sure that there's a lot of stuff they can tweak to make it better. At least they are just little silly games that don't mean a whole lot, but you do want everything to work properly. So I'm hoping the devs take the time and fix these little things.
That reminds me, we should probably actually post something saying, please make the animations less than the actual game playing time.
We should do something on the forum with that, on the Lodestone forum.
But they're fun. They really are. They're fun, simple, easy. Yes, the you put 1 gil in, you make max 4 gil, but it doesn't matter. It's
if you're sitting waiting for a queue anyways for something else, there's no reason not to, you know.
All right. Anything else about the Manderville Gold Saucer? My alt Hazel looks hot in the limo whatever dress. She looks she's hot. I had to get the ponytail, by the way, because ponytails are awesome.
Is the ponytail book worth it?
Well, if you like ponytails, which I do, yes.
I think the ponytails were 8,000 MGP, and I've seen Hazel in one, and I've seen someone from our FC Spoonie has a ponytail as well, and it is adorable. I think it's fantastic. I love the gamblers outfits. That's another one that you can get. And the little bunny costumes. All of the helpers, or not all of them, a lot of the helpers in the Gold Saucer are wearing these bunny attire things, and you can purchase those as well, and those are pretty cute too.
I do wish they would let us have it on mails.
I do too.
Well, and some of it's only because I'm twisted. I have an alt named Malloop, and ever since 1.0, my whole goal with him was to get all the glamour gear and make him as disturbing as possible to look at. So yeah, please give me the fishnet tights. I need those on my Ellison mail.
Definitely.
All right, well, we won all our GSP on the Gold Saucer. So let's see, what else is left? The Relic Quest. Guys, I don't have one.
Me either.
Me either.
I'm a scrub.
We are all in exactly the same place. That's the really funny part.
We all have 27 Alexandrite.
Just go ahead and give me the rest of the Alexandrite, and I'll be happy to do this quest.
I'll earn the Alexandrite if you give me the materia.
Yeah.
I think I'd get the better end of the deal there, but
probably
we're all stuck in exactly the same place. I honestly think all the steps of the Relic Quest after the melding the materia and doing it.
I even like all of them before, now that they've sped up the Atma.
Well, okay, one thing. I don't like anything that makes you rely on a fate popping.
Yeah, screw books.
Yeah.
No, I like everything about books except for
the fates.
Fucking fates.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, except for fucking fates has been my mantra for months now. But this last phase of the Relic Quest, and it seems like it's pretty easy, right? So everyone I've talked to in Nofix Bosom who's working on them said they made it easy. So, which is okay, honestly, I think, because 3.0 is around the corner. Who wants to spend all this fucking time? It really sounds like soul glazing all over again. Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting, that the Mahatma stuff is like soul glazing.
Yeah, it's pretty much light farming all over again, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, so, but people don't seem too crabby about it, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say this is fine.
And I think a lot of people have been enjoying it because, well, that's the other thing we didn't talk about with Triple Triad is people are running content like crazy right now. They're trying to get their relics upgraded, so they're running all the content, and then you have people trying to get cards from content. So everybody's running everything. And it's been a really neat experience because there's all these old players that are, really know things really well. And then you've got all of these little new players with the sprouts over their head that came back to the game or started the game because of either the free trial or because they were curious about the gold saucer.
Well, and right now we have the what's it called? We have like a week of returning players play free. What's that called?
The free weekend.
No,
whatever.
it was not a week. It's free period. So
okay.
it's the weekend of, the very beginning of March. It's the 5 days between and the following weekend. So honestly, my husband was at work. So I played Final Fantasy 14 all day yesterday, and I was farming cards. That's what my goal was. I ran into so many fucking adorable people with they're like doing Satasha with sprouts on their heads, and they were thankful for anything. They were like, "Oh, that's how I do that," or it was really adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm there for cards, but they just want to clear. It's been a lot of fun.
And it says that the free login campaign is to celebrate the 4 million accounts.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
4 million is a lot of accounts. That's pretty awesome. Well, those 4 million accounts can soon enjoy Little Ladies Day, right?
That's coming up as well.
And there's apparently dolls involved.
I'm not a little lady. Can I enjoy this day?
You are also allowed, even though you have a penis, you're allowed to participate.
It's a little creepy.
Right.
It's a little creepy when you're getting into the little ladies, but
I probably shouldn't get into the little ladies. There's probably laws against that.
It's a law.
I would hope so.
They can take it. But yes, on March 3rd, which is Tuesday, March 3rd, through I don't know what.
Monday, March 16th.
Thank you. So it's a couple weeks. Little Ladies Day is going on. It is a quest with a story. It is a daily quest, which some people don't like, but I do because I have time. There is a daily quest involved, and there are rewards. The rewards are a choker. It is a very pretty little cherry blossom choker. I like it.
I do too. It's the peach blossom choker, and it actually matches the peach blossom earrings.
Ooh.
Which you don't have if you didn't play Little Ladies Day earlier. But don't worry, I'm sure they'll put them in the fucking cash shop.
I'm sure you can buy them in a week or so. Yes.
Not that I'm crabby about the cash shop, but well, never mind. The dev blog shows it on a lady and on a man. It's cute on both guys. There is also two pieces of furniture. There is a cherry blossom tree, and I don't remember what they called it, but it's like a bright red picnic blanket with a little umbrella.
It's the crimson felt mat.
That deal is cute.
Yes.
No, it's cute. Okay, here I do want to bring up something that I read in the forums, and I do feel personally is there are 2 rewards in this seasonal event that are housing related. So if you don't have a house, or if you don't have permit, yeah, okay, in Novica's Bosom, we've kind of locked down. We do not have much room to put furniture outside. So I don't care if 18 of you do this event. We don't have room for all that trees and,
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about rewards being furniture related and outdoor furniture related? Not if it was indoor, at least I could buy a personal room and put it in there.
Well, here's my thing. We're getting a necklace. So we're getting an accessory that female characters can wear, I'm assuming. Maybe males too. Is it both? Great.
They showed it on a male Makote, and he's hot.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep, you're right.
Yep.
So they have something that everyone can use. They also have something for housing. And then they also have the what are they called? They are the Smile Super Wish Bags. Happy Smile Super Wish Bags. So there's going to be a bunch of gifts in those as well. So we'll probably be seeing some other things that people receive too. If it were just a furniture item, I would think that was unreasonable. But because, there's something you can wear, something you can put in a house if you have a house, and a chance at other gifts, I don't think it's a big deal.
I kind of like it because I like having more stuff for the house. But I do understand where you're coming from. If you don't have a house, how does this help you? I feel like 3.0 will have maybe some more personal housing options. I hope it does.
God,
They
I
haven't.
hope so.
I don't know if they've actually said that it would for sure, but I'm definitely hoping that they do. So I hope people can get this and use it. I kind of like those trees though, so I'm hoping we get a few of those trees. I think those will look cute
Yeah, those
Yeah.
cherry trees are really adorable.
in the front. So I don't know. Like I feel like maybe if the tree was actually something we could already make would be better, but the other thing, because it's more gimmicky, would be part of it. So I'm kind of double edged on it, but I like that they're putting some housing in it because I think everybody should have more than one thing that they can get.
Oh yeah. Well, and honestly, in the last few events, I was able to get housing items that were tradable. So I have multiple characters, and I would run the quests on other characters and get the items. And yeah, I might profit if I can sell some of them later.
Sure, I think it's fair if you do make them sellable because then the markets will flood with them, the price will dip, and then later when people can actually get some housing items, there's stuff out there for it.
Yeah, I've actually gotten items from the summer event or other events, and someone in the free company who has a personal house, they're like, "Oh man, I didn't get this," and I'm like, "I will give it to you." So it's been good. It's been good. What I really like, and I don't know why, maybe it's my MMO history, but I like the fact that it says during the event period, Ulda will be loaded with decorations, which includes this decorative shelf. It shows this red carpeted multiple shelf. If you ever seen, uh, displays from Japan for this event in real life, it's much like that. And as more adventurers complete the quest and repeat it every day, it's a daily quest, the more objects will be added to the shelf. So that's cool. I want to see what it looks like when we are all doing our dailies.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's something very unique that they haven't done before as far as I know. Anything like this even. So it's going to be kind of fun to watch it fill up as people keep going, and I think it might even give people a reason to keep doing it even after they get each of the prizes. Even to keep going back and doing the daily, to get more of the little gift bags and to see that thing fill up. I think that'd be really neat.
Yeah, well, and for those who don't read the patch notes, and I hate you. Oh, wait, I love you. The the event, actually, you need to teleport to Ulda and run straight southeast, and that's where the guy will give the quest. So, do the quest, have fun. I love seasonal quests. Today, honestly, I actually finally took down the outside housing item for the Valentine's Day quest.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of seasonal events. Just something to break up a little bit of the monotony of, you know, coil once a week and just run your dungeon once a day, run your coil once a week till you finish it, and it just breaks things up. And I love that all the towns look different and there's different music sometimes and the
Oh,
decorations
I
all over the place.
I love the decorations. I love them. I love
Me too.
the Halloween decorations. All the different decorations have been really, really awesome.
Oh,
Whoever's doing the art, I commend you, because damn.
oh, definitely. How many times have we run through the different housing areas just to see the different kinds of decorations they do, even from one housing area to the
Oh yeah.
next? Lavender beds versus mist. I mean, they're just gorgeous.
Limsa seems to be I'll take this decoration and put a pirate hat on it, and I still love it.
Yes,
Still
it's
love it.
adorable. It's just such a good idea.
All right. There is actually now a new fan kit. They keep updating the fan kit. If you have not gone and checked it out, we will post somewhere. Wait, we don't have a website yet, but when we do, we will post these links. The post from the devs says they've put together another spectacular fan kit. Blah 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 blah. So there's new wallpapers and such. I don't know about you, Kariri, but at my house, when my phone has a message, it's the Link Pearl sound.
Oh, I love that sound. That's one of my favorite sounds. Or when every time Infilia puts her hand up to her ear and it goes woo woo, I'm so happy.
It's
Cute.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a new fan kit. They've added some backgrounds or something. There's new wallpapers for iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know what that means.
The big one. 6 Plus is the big one.
Is it big? Like you can barely hold it in your hand?
You need 2 hands to hold it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Outside the fan kit, we also have PAX East is coming up. I can't go because I live in Minnesota, but apparently there's going to be a very exciting, very interesting panel from Yoshi P. It's going to be called Talking Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward with Nokori Yoshida. I can't talk. I think, honestly, they're going to tell us the release date of 3.0, which
Yeah.
I'm dying for. I'm dying for it because I have vacation time and I want to use it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take at least a couple days off.
Mm-hmm. Have to.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is talking about taking 2 weeks off. I'm like, you fucker. Oh my God. He used to get crabby a year ago. He used to get crabby when I took time off for the patch without him. And he didn't play. But yeah, so it says join Final Fantasy XIV producer / director Yoshi P as he takes the stage to discuss details on the first expansion. Also, he has a habit of announcing things he shouldn't, so you won't want to miss this. Now, I just watched Duty Commenced on Friday, and they did not have one single hot scoop. And
No.
I know.
and I think it's because it's all coming
Yeah.
on
At PAX.
Saturday at PAX, right? So,
That's what I was thinking as well, is that they're just not going to give any information away because the big scoops are coming.
Yeah,
out, for
they
sure.
basically just gave a tutorial on what the gold saucer was, which had already been seen if you had watched the live letter.
mhm.
So that wasn't anything new, but yeah, they probably have it in here. They're going to announce the stuff for 3.0, which is great. We need to know at this point. They say spring, and spring is, when's officially spring? Is it March 21st or March 15th or somewhere in between there? So
somewhere around there.
we need to know, because spring is only going to go so far. Spring is going to be like mid-March to mid-June. We still have 2.55 to come out the before the fall part 2. So, let's say before the fall part 2 is sometime late March. You're probably looking somewhere between May 1st and June 10th, maybe.
I think that's probably going to be pretty close. Yeah.
So I'm ready. My body's ready. My wallet's ready.
Definitely. I am thinking probably the end of March for Before the Fall Part 2. Do we remember what's coming in Before the Fall Part 2?
It'll be the continuation of story. I know some people were like expecting story from the Gold Saucer patch, and
They
no.
were pretty straightforward about that not happening. Yeah.
No. So I think there'll be a good chunk of story that just leads us up to the gates of Ishgard and just leaves us kind of hanging there.
Well, the patch
Definitely.
notes say it's going to be the Battle of Ishgard, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we need to see the culmination of everything that led up to this, with I guess spoiler alert, but Midgard and everything that's going on in Mordona right now, to get us to, all right, Ishgard, what the hell are you gonna do? You better open these gates up because you guys need some help.
Yep. Yeah, they have to get us there somehow, and this is the mechanism to do that.
Also, chocobo racing. I mean, that introduced the whole chocobo breeding thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but they said that Ishgard has the stranglehold on all the chocobos. Did they explain the lore behind that, or they
if
just
you
kind of threw it at you?
if you play through the storyline, there is a reason we might have female chocobos. I think all of our chocobos are male right now,
Right.
other
Like-
than racing ones.
Right, about the racing ones, why we have the females in there. I mean, even if we don't know the lore, or if we, just us three, don't know it, there's something that's leading up to everything points to Ishgard. That's all I'm trying to say.
Everything in 2.5 leads to Ishgard. Maybe not 2.51, but everything in 2.5 basically was like, you are going to Ishgard, which should be no surprise to any of us who have been keeping track, because basically the Heaven's Ward is all about Ishgard and going there, and there's a war with dragons and blah 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 blah, and apparently dragoons are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to it, because as a 1.0 player, we when we downloaded the game and played for the first week, we're like, oh man, yeah, they'll open Ishgard in the next patch. They'll open it in a month. Right? How many years ago was that? That was 2010, right?
Yeah, like eventually we'll get up there. They'll open these gates and we'll get to see what's happening.
Yeah.
Nerp.
Yeah, we're like, Ishgard will be the new Juno if you played 11.
I think there was even 1.0 music that was supposed to be for Ishgard, like Holy Consult and things, and they never used that for Ishgard. They were just tossed about in other places. So I think the intent was to do it, but we all know the 1.0 story.
Or we don't, because we haven't finished Final Coil, so shh.
Oh, well. Yeah, that.
Close.
I meant the story of Tanaka fucking up a game. That's the story I was saying.
Oh no. All right. So, last call, any final mentions or thoughts, or what you
I think I need to do something other than card farming. I think I need to spread out a little bit and figure out some other avenues to get some MGP.
Definitely. Yeah, I want to my goal for the week, I want to get a little better at triple triad and maybe go run some old content and see if I can get some cards farmed up.
You bitch.
What?
Tell the story of your card farming, because you bitch.
Oh my god. So Yelta taught me how to play the king today. I couldn't figure out how to do it, but she taught me the strategy to basically bait him to lay cards in certain places, and then you could win. My first game ever against the king, I won. Was it Godbert? No.
Yeah, God.
Could be. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was Godbert. My first win against the king was Godbert. And there were people standing there, had been farming all day. Yelta played like a zillion of them in a row. And about my 10th or 12th game, I won the Bahamut card.
Bahamut, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. There were people that had stood there and they'd said literally for like 12 or 13 hours just playing him over and over again.
Well, then they're bad. They're bad.
That's what I said. I'm like, that's just terrible.
I actually stayed up all night Friday night until 5, almost 6 in the morning, winning against him, and still no Bahamut. So I'm really sad, but that's why I can have ponytails and other stuff, because I have MGP from farming that shit. I can win most of the time.
That's the thing, is I've had it's good and it's bad. I have had excellent luck getting cards from the people I play against. The upside of that is I'm getting cards from the people I play against. The downside of that is I get them so quickly that I haven't had to earn enough MGP to do anything. So hopefully I'll learn to play a little better and maybe I'll be able to farm a little bit more.
There are a lot of good guides out there. Basically, a rule of thumb you can use, though, is how much it costs to actually play. So if it's a low cost to play, 20, 25, you can probably do it. So it gets higher as
Yep.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there are some that are associated with like Beastman tribe reputation. So if you haven't done the Exal ones, you can't challenge that guy. I could, but you know, it does kind of reward you for being an all-around player. Yeah, there are several websites out there right now. One of them is ffxivtriad.com. I really like their format. There's several spreadsheets too.
Yeah, I'm finding it that one changes maybe hourly the way they're designing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Updating those constantly. When I had to work the day the patch came out, but I was following, on the internet, and all of these sites started out very, very bare bones or whatever. And this was not my favorite one. This has grown very quickly to one of my favorite ones. It shows every card. It shows where they're, people are reporting where they're getting cards. It's an excellent resource, I think.
It also has, if you look, one of the newest things they added is if you go to the NPCs page, it has next to the people you can play right now, it's got little smiley faces. If it's someone who's about to end, like there's this, was it Tractome?
Yep.
In Lower Lanicea, it's got a little evil, angry face, and it says, window ends in 23 Earth minutes. So
I still don't have that Titan.
Oh, yeah. So if there's one that's coming up, but you can't play it yet, it's got a different icon, says, you can play this guy in 28 minutes or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, the icons are extremely helpful, I think.
There's another page. Let me find it. I really like it because it has a collector's page. And if you fill out the checkbox, it shows it as collected. And if you don't fill out the checkbox, it shows up. And it says who and where. So, I don't know if we mentioned it, but Turbo Triad cards don't just come from challenging NPCs. They also come from completing content. So, like, Kariri and I earlier today were doing Satasha over and over. And I got like 3 Sahagin cards, but she got none.
Oh, wow. They even have a thing where you can link your profile to.
I know, I'm doing that right now, which is why I'm being quiet.
Me too.
Poor Yelta, we just stuck her all on her own.
No.
But yeah, no, it's very random. I mean, you can get cards from so many different things. A couple examples. We ran Wanderer's Palace earlier. I have now run like 7 of them, and I still haven't gotten it. And a lot of people were running their first one and were getting it. So it's really, just like anything else, it's RNG. There's some of them. Yeah, let's see. Sestasha, Ferris Sirius drops them. Dragon's Neck drops them. AK Hard, Hawk Manor Hard, Cutter's Cry. There's just tons of them.
Well, and I've had a ton of fun. I played all day yesterday, and we mentioned this earlier. I played so many people with little sprouts on their heads, and they were clueless, and they were undergeared, and they were so thankful for help. And I'm like, I want my cards, but I want you to have a good experience too. So I'm hoping everyone's doing that. I'm hoping everyone's saying, "Oh, you're new. Let's get this done," but in a supportive way. But yeah, no, it's fun to go back. I didn't even have my Ultros minion until yesterday. Yesterday, I queued up 3 times for that fight, and I finally got it. So it was a lot of fun. Going back and revisiting earlier content, to me anyway, is not annoying. It's fun.
Well, yeah, it's nice to go back through that old stuff, but I think one of the nice side parts of that is, like I said, it's got the old people running into the new people, helping them through content. Um, I ran Sestasha numerous times today. I ran a couple on my 50 Paladin and helped out some little newbie Sprout guys, that have only been playing for hours, at most. And then I ran a few on my rogue at level 16 or 17 and had the big guys help me out. So it's nice to get people running back through stuff again. um, I like going back to old content and refamiliarizing, and you forget, especially when you get like Wanderer's Palace and then Wanderer's Palace Hard or AK and AK Hard, something like that. It's nice to see all the different changes they've made and to hear different music, and it's just a lot of fun, I think.
The other site I found that talks about cards that I like is a-realm-reblog.com/ARRTT/cards. That gives you a collector's list, which basically starts from, the card number, and it says what the card is, who it comes from, and do you have it or not. So you can click that checkbox, it grays it out. So I can see right now that I need a kobold, and it comes from random from Silver Triad card. So yeah, you can buy card packs, and I haven't done that much. I also need Siren card from Pharaoh Sirius, and Chimera from Cutter's Cry. There are a lot of good tools out there, and I encourage people to use them and share them, because the people who create these sites wanted to do something to help the community. So, share it.
Definitely. Yeah. So what Ruby, what's your favorite part of the patch so far?
Clearly Triple Triad is my favorite part of the patch. I feel like this should be the Triple Triad podcast as much as I've talked about it, but
Well,
yeah, for sure. Definitely Triple Triad, and just it is getting me into places that I don't normally go, talking to NPCs I don't normally talk to, doing quests I haven't normally done. One of them you have to be rank 6 to in the Exal before you can do the quest. So now I feel like it's mandatory, but I want to do Exal because eventually when I work on the relic again, I'll need the moonstones, and leveling up my last craft to 50 blacksmith. So all of these things, they work in tandem together. I don't feel like it's forcing me into content I don't need, because I actually do need to do some of these things. So 2.51 or Gold Saucer patch has really gotten me spread my wings a little broader than it's been most recently.
Out of 5 stars, what do you rate 2.51?
I'm gonna give it 4, just because I like most everything in it. Not everything just floats my boat, but there's nothing that just I hate that it's making me sick. So I give it a 4.
Kariri, what do you think out of 5?
I'd give it a 4 simply because I mean, not every patch has to have dungeons and storyline and stuff, but if you want to do a well-rounded, awesome, knock my socks off, perfect 5, then I would want everything.
There's no
bitchy.
progression. There's no progression.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's all side quest glamour, entertaining stuff, time waster. Well, I mean, I know everything's a time waster, but this is
welcome
more
to
so
MMOs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I like everything they did. Anything that I would change is just little tiny quality of life things. Nothing has actively pissed me off. So I'd say 4 for sure.
Cool.
How about you?
I'm like 4.5, honestly. Other than, okay, this was never intended to be a storyline patch. That's 2.5 and 2.52 or whatever are supposed to be the storyline ones. As far as like distracting fun content, this is like 5. I think there are some quality of life improvements, which breaks it down to 4.5. So I think you make those tiny mini games repeatable without so many menus. Maybe give us some more easy stuff to earn with our gold saucer points.
Oh my goodness, do you know what we did not mention for quality of life?
Well, what?
We want to be able to play at our house.
Oh my God, yes.
We would love to see just a little triple triad table that we could put in the house that would allow us to play in the housing area.
Well, and the devs have already said they're looking into it. My only argument is, why the fuck wasn't it there to begin with? So
I have read some people's opinions that says it's to get people outside of their zone so they can play other people in other areas and make it more lifelike, especially during this week that new players are coming on. They don't want everybody just in the housing wards.
No.
So it's kind of timely with that.
I'm good with that.
I think they'll do it.
I'm good with that.
I
And
think
I
they'll
can
do
see
it.
that. Yeah, definitely.
Well, and honestly, I think they're gonna. I'm thinking they will release a piece of furniture.
That would be cool.
A triple
like
triad type table.
we knew what you meant.
I know. I might be drunk. How many rounds are we in now, guys? Okay.
Hopefully 4.
Four rounds in. So yeah, I'm thinking they will release furniture for our private housing. Well, I don't have a private house, but our free company houses that lets you play with other people. Because I would put that shit in the bottom floor. We have a large house. I would be like, here's the triple triad table.
Oh, it would have to
Oh.
be on the main floor.
Oh
like
yeah.
very accessible. Yeah.
Yep. Because, well, and I don't know if people don't know, but there is a bonus for playing real people. Is it
Yes.
is it just for winning against real people, or is it?
You still get a reward even if you lose. But yeah,
Okay.
it's I believe it's like, is it 180? Do you know, Ruby?
I don't know because I'm waiting to get like all the cards before I play anybody.
I'm
Oh.
scared to play real people. I'm scared.
I played a couple against Beery today, and he won a couple, and I won a couple. And yeah, like your first 5 of the day or something. I believe it's like the possible winnings are like 180 MGP, and after that, it was interesting because he had hit his 5 before I did. So when we were playing together towards the end, I was still getting the 180 MGP, and he was getting the lesser amount after your first 5.
Well, and
But
there's
you
no
still get a
buy-in,
reward.
right? There's not
Not on the
no-
first 5. Yeah.
Okay, so the first 5, there's no price to actually try it. Yeah. So
Exactly.
basically, if you're not playing 5 a day against another person, you're doing it wrong.
Yes. Yeah. You should be playing 5.
I'm
even
doing it
even
wrong.
if even Yelta, if you and I are practicing 5 a day together, we're gonna make the money and we're gonna get some practice. So it's a win-win.
Cool. I need to do that. I suck. And also, by the way, I keep seeing these posts about I'll lose 5 if you lose 5. Go
That's so
away.
gross.
Go away. Just play the fucking game.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of win trading in any way, shape, or form.
I don't even care if it gets you where you want to be faster. That's no thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think it's closing time.
I think we're there.
Sip your last sip of your beer, guys, because we're done. We're done. All right. If you have comments, questions, anything, suggestions, hate mail, I don't care. You can email us at gtffxiv@gmail.com. That's gathered together. Final Fantasy 14. So gtffxiv@gmail.com. Do we want to do some personal? Ruby, you got a personal? Anything you want to share with us?
you can find me on the Twitters at Rubicon Vale, RubiconVale.
Very good, Kariri.
Yes, I am on Twitter as well, and I am at Kariri Sumasu. That's at KARIRISUMASU.
I can also be found on Twitter. I'm Yelta Sumasu, YELTASUMASU. I might be drinking. SUMASU. You can also check out our blog, which has not been updated since Shiva was in the game. So
Yep.
we're slackers. That's sumasusisters.blogspot.com. We will make every effort to update that shit. Let's see. That's it, guys. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.